Gratitude is not just feel-good mood booster. Neuroscience shows it activates the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine and serotonin, the very same chemicals that make us feel calm, happy, and connected. You remember those feelings when we are in love, or where we get rewards, or when someone gives us a compliment? At the same time, it lowers cortisol, the stress hormone that keeps us in fight or flight mode. So every time you practice gratitude, your nervous system gets the message, yes, you're safe, you can do it. And here's the best part. The more often you practice it, the stronger those pathways get. That is neuroplasticity, your brain literally rewiring itself toward resilience, joy, and confidence in yourself and your actions. Trusting God, trusting yourself, trusting whatever happening in your life. This podcast is for the soul who knows there is more, the one who's been carrying it all for far too long. If you're ready to let go of old stories, to stop replaying the past and start living from your truth, you're in the right place. This is your moment to release the noise and reconnect to what's real. Welcome to Baggage Begun, Healing Hearts and Minds. I'm Tammy Machmali. The Gratitude Reset. Train your mind to feel safe, strong, and free. What if I told you there is one practice, simple, free, and rooted in both modern science and ancient wisdom, that could lower your stress, calm your nervous system, and make you stronger when life feels overwhelming, stressful, and, all the unknown? A practice that will bring you back to the here and now, reminding your soul that you are the unlimited light of God, part of creation, that you are the unique gift He designed to make this world a better place. Because there are moments when we lose trust in ourselves and in our abilities. Those moments we forget our power and we forget that God is the one who makes all things possible. As humans, we sometimes overlook the goodness and mercy God pours into our lives, the very grace that brings what we want, often in ways more beautiful than we could imagine. And no, it's not a 5-hour morning routine or an expensive gadget or an app. It's gratitude. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, Tammy, I've heard this before. Stay with me, because today we are not talking about gratitude as a cliche. We are talking about gratitude as a superpower, one that literally rewires your brain for safety, strength, and peace of mind. And since I'm recording this episode during Sukkot, the festival of shelter and joy, this message couldn't be more aligned. Sukkot itself is one giant gratitude practice, because we step out of our secure homes and sit in a fragile sukkah, a temporary place, open to the wind and the stars, and we still say, thank you God, for this shelter, for this life, for everything that we have. Hi everyone, I'm Tammy, and first I want to thank you. You could be scrolling, you could be lost in the noise of the day, but instead you pressed play. That tells me something about you. You're ready for more peace, more freedom, and healthier ways of showing up for yourself, for your loved ones, and even for the next generation. That choice matters. So thank you for being here today. Here is the truth. Gratitude has the power to melt away emotional heaviness and negativity. Don't you love it? It shifts your mind into a state where you feel safer, stronger, and more open to see all that's possible for you. On Sukkot, we practice this by stepping into discomfort. The sukkah, the fragile walls, no guarantees, and still finding joy, We all experience when people coming to us, the beautiful aroma of the food, the people singing, dancing with us, holding hands. That's gratitude in action. Choosing to see blessings even when things are not going the way we want them, the uncertain things. And the shift gratitude creates, it's powerful. It opens your heart, it changes your energy. It's like telling the universe, I trust you, even if I don't see the solution yet. And in that trust, you feel the shift, the relief, the opening starts there, even if you cannot see it. Want to try it with me? You can do it right now. If you're washing the dishes, please don't do it if you are driving your car. If you are in the middle of whatever, you can close your eyes for a moment and think of one thing or one person you're deeply grateful for. You can pause. Do you feel a little warmth? Just mentioning or thinking about it, just tapping into this emotion for a second. Maybe a smile. Maybe your shoulders dropping just a bit. That's gratitude at work. And the more you practice it, the more you love it and you like it and you want to do it more. That quick shift is your brain changing gears from fear, from stress, to feeling relief, safety, feeling the calmness. And it's shifting your energy to the things that you actually want. Gratitude is not just saying thanks. It's a lens, a way of seeing what's here and what's good in the here and now. And science shows this shift rewires your brain away from worry and lack and toward trust and strength. Let me bring this down into the lab and the teachings to real life. A few years ago, I was going myself through a really stressful time. My schedule was packed. I was juggling family life, work, and my practice with clients, and my body was screaming with tension. I was so stressed out that I remember when my kids wanted something from me, I would just snap at them. My husband was like annoying. Every word he said, I was like, scolding, complaining. I remember sitting in my car one day, hands gripping the steering wheel, feeling like I just couldn't do it anymore. I was just so stressed out, burned out. And in that moment, I turned to listening to someone that was talking about gratitude. Right away, I felt different. So thankful for my life, for my hands, for my daughters, for the simple truth that even for the fact that I was alive, that I was breathing, that my heart was working, that I can see the road, that I have a car, something shifted right away. My body softened. The overwhelm just lifted. I was like, what am I talking about? All these things that I have right now are blessings. I just forgot that those are all the things I prayed and asked for. All the things that I actually prayed and asked God to give me. And now that I have them, I'm forgetting to be grateful. And I felt a little safer in the middle of the storm, in the middle of driving, in the middle of everything that was going on. And I remember that was the starting point of saying thank you for everything. That's what the science is pointing to. Gratitude is not just an abstract thing that you say thank you. It's a tool you can use in traffic, in a tough conversation, during a disagreement, or in any moment when life feels too much. You all know what I'm talking about, and it's different for each one of us. It's the fastest way to bring your nervous system back into safety and remind yourself, oh yes, I can handle this. This shall pass. I know I'm blessed. Thank you. And stay with me until the very end of this episode because I'm not just sharing my story. I'm going to give you some tools, practical steps you can use right away so you can feel calmer. Remember the unique gift that you are. That's gonna awaken the light of God within you to remember and step into the same lightness and freedom in everything and everyone as part of creation. And as you remember that you are a beloved child of God, you're part of God, part of creation, and that everything is possible for you. We just forget sometimes. And here is the truth. Gratitude is not just feel-good mood booster. Neuroscience shows it activates the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine and serotonin, the very same chemicals that make us feel calm, happy, and connected. You remember those feelings when we are in love, or where we get rewards, or where someone gives us a compliment? At the same time, it lowers cortisol, the stress hormone that keeps us in fight or flight mode. So every time you practice gratitude, your nervous system gets the message, yes, you're safe, you can do it. And here's the best part. The more often you practice it, the stronger those pathways get. That is neuroplasticity, your brain literally rewiring itself toward resilience, joy, and confidence in yourself and your actions. Trusting God, trusting yourself, trusting whatever happening in your life. Remember those moments that you pray to God and you feel like, wow, that was like meditation. That was like a great exercise. Most people don't realize this. But when you don't practice gratitude, you are not just missing out feeling good. You're actually training your brain to live in stress, overwhelm, to rehearse fear, and hand over your emotions to other people. You don't want to give your power to others. Gratitude flips that script. It is not only about acknowledging your blessings, it is about reclaiming your center, your power, so you stop letting other people's moods and actions control how you feel. It is choosing to stay centered inside you, no matter what is happening outside. Gratitude is the practice of taking back your power. It reminds you that only you, yes, you, get to decide your state of mind. Not the traffic, not your boss, not your partner's bad mood, not your kids, not the weather, only you. Think about a thermostat. If you don't set it, the room reacts to whatever is happening outside, hot, cold, stormy. But when you set the thermostat, remember, you decide the temperature of the room. Gratitude is your inner thermostat. It allows you to choose calm, harmony, your energy, to choose steadiness. Even when life outside feels chaotic, you are reclaiming your power when you do that. And why this matter? Because the reality is people will do things that eventually upset you. Your kids will spill the juice, make the mess. Your spouse may forget your anniversary, your birthday. Someone may take the parking spot you were waiting for. If you forget, if you have not built that bank of inner peace, those moments will steal your whole day, your power. But if you have been practicing gratitude, you have been filling your reserves tank. You were working out. You are no longer prone to react, snap. You can handle life's bumps without handing away your peace and power. You will have this pause button to just quiet the noise because you're going to be grateful. You're going to know that this is God's mercy on you. This gratitude will open room for you to be happy. When people are going to do things, you're going to be whatever, I don't care. The attitude of, I'm joyous and free. That's why this matters. Gratitude is the training. It is how you stop letting the outside world run your inside world. It is how you build serenity that no one else can take away from you. And stay with me until the end because I'm going to give you more tools so you can remember the unique gift that you are. That you are the light of God, the wisdom within you. When it comes to health, I meet so many people who feel frustrated with their bodies. And I want to talk about our health and our bodies because I think it's really important. Because when we are feeling good about our bodies and our health, we function better. We take the actions that help us to move towards our dreams and choose the thoughts and the actions that uplift us and bring great energy. You know how when you feel good inside your body, you can run better, you can You feel like lighter to take the action and to do the things that you really want. I meet so many people who feel frustrated with their bodies. They focus on the things that they don't like, the fat, the cellulite, the pain, the fatigue. And if you're going through menopause, the sweating, I really know how it feels because right now I'm going through all of it. Or, what does not look perfect in the mirror? You all have something and you can name it. Each one of us is different, but oftentimes look at the things we don't like the wrinkles, the white hair. But here's what happened when I asked them to create a gratitude list about their body. To write down about the parts that they do appreciate and value. Because when we are in gratitude guides us to flip the script in our mind. Because then people start relating to their body in a way they never had before. It's like treating your body as a loyal partner instead of your enemy. When you thank your body from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, your legs for carrying you, your lungs for breathing, we don't understand how our body is this magical machine. Your heart for beating without you doing anything about that. Then when you're aware of it, you stop fighting your body and you start treating it with respect and grace. You actually start partnering with your body. I myself, when I wake up and I take a shower or before I go to sleep, every opportunity I have and I remember, I thank each part of my body for being healthy. That shift alone sends a powerful message to your nervous system and to every organ and every cell that you see this part. And you can say it. I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you. And then your body responds in a way that the stress goes away. And if you need to heal something, it speeds up. And then you feel peace of mind, peace in your body grows in the very home you will always live in, and it's your body, your precious body, your temple. And so many of us take it for granted. I myself did it for the longest time. It's only this year that I started appreciating it more than any other time, because most of my friends are my age and they're going through menopause and premenopause. We forget to appreciate, we forget how precious is our body. And as gratitude becomes a habit, a consistent daily practice, your brain builds stronger gratitude circuits and it releases toxic emotions. Don't you love that? I recommend, if you like, to just keep gratitude journal because it's going to elevate you. It's going to remind you the days that you forget how powerful is your body. Think about it. Sometimes it's simple as saying thank you to God, to life, to the universe. Doesn't just lift your mood. It lowers the alarms in your nervous system. It lets your body rest and it opens the door to receive even more. Gratitude is both science and a prayer. Just praying, thanking your body. It is wiring safety into your brain that God gave you the gift of your body. When you're grateful to it, it's gonna help you to heal it and shift it and be where you want to be. You can ask your body, my beautiful, precious body, how do you want to look? What do you want me to do for you? What can I eat so you feel better? Start having a relationship with your body. Talk to your body. What is gratitude? And why does it matter so much? Gratitude is simply noticing and appreciating the positive, the gifts in our lives, the people we love, and even parts of ourselves we so often take for granted. Think about it. Our eyes that let us see color and beauty, our hands that type, cook, hug, hold our children, our legs that carry us through the day, our teeth that let us smile and brighten someone else's world and taste and eat the food and nourish us. We take it for granted. I took it for granted. And here's the catch. Our brains are wired to notice problems first. This is how I'm rewired. This is my default. I wake up and I see all that missing in my life. And then when I'm in gratitude, I wake up and I say, Modeh ani, thank you, God. I'm grateful to you. all the things that I call negativity and their bias and their survival mechanism that kept our ancestor alive but now leaves us obsessing over what's wrong, this gratitude is the antidote. It gently pulls us back toward the positive. And when we focus on what's good, our brain begins to look for what's good, to support us, to let us feel safe, be positive, and to see all the possibilities for us instead of all the doom and gloom, the lack, what I don't have, what I still need. And that shift, it's not just mental, it changes everything. It changes your energy, it changes your words, your choices, your action, even the way people respond to you. I'm noticing it. Think of gratitude like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. When you train it daily, it's like going to the gym. You feel the difference. But if you neglect it for a while, the muscle weakens. So the more you practice, the better you get. So even if in the beginning you're like, wow, what's she talking about? I don't feel it. Keep doing it, please. Start simple and build it. Gratitude builds safety and inner strength. When your brain is not stuck scanning what's wrong, all the danger, negativity, they don't like me, worst case scenarios, something shifts. You walk through life with a lighter step and a better attitude. That's what happened with me. Because stress, overwhelm, even those daily hiccups suddenly feel, oh, I can deal with that. They're manageable, they're easy. And you go through the day laughing, putting music and going through that without thinking, I can't do it. For me, gratitude is like mental armor. It's my superpower. It reminds me that in any given moment, whether if I'm lost on the freeway, thank God for Waze. Let's say I'm stressed before a workshop, I don't have a Wi-Fi, or dealing with someone rudeness, client canceling, my helper is not showing up. I know that I'm supported. I know that God, source, divine guidance will open another door. It's always available. Gratitude grounds me in that knowing, believing, trusting the truth. It whispers to my subconscious mind, we can handle this. And with that comes the security, the certainty, the safety, the strength that no matter what, I can do that. And here's what the science confirms. People who practice gratitude regularly don't just feel calmer, they feel more confident, capable, more optimistic. They don't just see obstacles, they notice the silver lining. Gratitude flips from, why me? You know, the victim mindset to, I've got this. This is for my own good. I know God has my back. And I want to share a story. A client of mine, she was carrying this abandonment wounds. No matter how loving her husband was, she constantly was telling me that she fears he would leave her. He would cheat on her, betrayed, when he actually never did anything to cause that. She went to therapy for many years and to ease her fear. And when it didn't work, she was trapped in anxiety and survival mode. So she came to try the hypnosis sessions with me. We uncovered a powerful limiting belief. The root was that in a memory we accessed together that in one of the lifetimes, she carried an old wound of being left by her husband. Even though it wasn't from this lifetime, it was still running the show. She was really triggered by these memories, keeping her stuck, overwhelmed, so much anxiety about being abandoned by her husband. Meanwhile, he didn't do anything. She was unable to trust him. Can you imagine living like this? And through the baggage began process, when we cleared that baggage from the root and instilled what she needed, we reprogrammed this idea. Then we gave her simply daily practices to rewire her brain until the next appointment, the next session. Every morning she wrote down 10 things she was grateful for. Every night she listed 3 things her husband had done right that day. Within weeks, everything changed. She stopped talking about him in a negative way. The dynamic between them shifted. Sometimes I couldn't believe it's the same woman. Instead of obsessing over what might go wrong, instead of blaming and accusing him, she began to really see him for who he was and how wonderful he was and how much she loved him and how much he loved her. And her husband, for the first time in years, he felt seen, he felt free, appreciated, loved, and that made him show up even better. She called me and told me that she does not know what's happened, but she has the perfect husband. What do you think happened? She changed her beliefs about him. Gratitude didn't just lift her mood. It wasn't just the hypnosis and gratitude that lifted her mood. It was rewiring her brain to feel safe in love, understanding and believing that she deserved to receive and be loved. Remember, you are the master of your story. Whatever story you tell yourself, that's the story you're going to create. You get to choose. You get to decide where you shine your light, what story you're telling yourself. And just like in the movie theaters that they design the movie, they write the script, when the spotlight shifts, the whole story changes. That's what's happened with gratitude. Gratitude doesn't just erase conflict or disagreement, but it makes your life, your relationship to yourself, the intimacy, the respect, the connection, and the relationship that you have with others more loving, respectful, and visible to see the goodness, the truth. Now, let's talk about gratitude, finances, and money. Gratitude towards your finances is powerful because when we are in anger, self-doubt, doom and gloom, negativity, the energy is kind of blocked. It's kind of challenging to attract abundance. So when you are in gratitude towards your money, finances, your contribution, you become a powerful energy. Without it, every bill feels like a burden. Every transaction is like heavy. And every thought of not enough, I'm not going to be able to do it, oh my God, every rejection and every delay will drain your energy. And it's really difficult to make money easily and effortlessly. But with gratitude, even paying a bill becomes a moment of strength and opportunity because you know that more is possible, more coming your way. I am grateful I have electricity. When I sit in my office and sometimes I am forgetting how lucky I am to be alive, how lucky I am to do what I'm doing, how lucky I am to do what I love, how lucky I am to be where I am today. That was my dream. I was praying for it since I was very young. So I sit in my office and I pause, and oftentimes I close my eyes to be able to concentrate. And I have a conversation with God, believe it or not. And I do it a lot. I sit down and I say, I'm grateful I have electricity. I'm grateful I have a computer. I'm grateful I have Wi-Fi. Can you imagine what's happened when you don't have Wi-Fi? I'm grateful for my virtual assistant. I'm grateful I have clients who value my work and pay me easily and are willing to invest in it. I'm grateful I have talent to share. I'm grateful for my gifts and contributions. I'm grateful I can contribute to the world and also receive support. I'm grateful for my hands that can type. I'm grateful for the pens that I can write with them. I love everything in my office, and I can keep going. Think for yourself. What are you grateful for? Do you feel the shift when you look at all the abundance that you have? And sometimes abundance is not even money. It's the things that we have in our homes and the energy. So when you look at money and abundance through this lens, it's like making a deposit of abundance in your mindset before the money even shows up. Don't you feel better when you think like that? I can breathe easily. For me, this practice has been life-changing. I even thank the clients who cancel or the people who say no to me because I trust It means God is protecting me and something better is on its way. That reframe turns disappointment into trust, and I invite you to also adopt this mindset. Here is the thing: when you focus on what you do have, you move from a mindset of lack and fear into the mindset of, oh my God, there is so much resource, there is so much possibility, there's so much that is possible for me. And when you are resourceful, you see more options, you notice more opportunities, and you open the door to the energy that can attract even greater abundance. Promise you, I've seen it so many times in my life. Now, practical gratitude tools. All right, let's get practical. It's one thing to know gratitude is powerful. It's another thing to actually use it, especially in those moments when your brain is racing. You know, those moments your body is tense and you feel locked in survival mode and you go nuts because you cannot think straight. This is the time to do it. You know, before a test, before an interview, when you don't know the answer, when you are in dichotomy, when you're deciding what to do, you're not sure, when someone says something and you want to really snap, that's when gratitude becomes your exit ramp. It doesn't mean you're pretending everything's fine. It means you're shifting your focus just enough to calm your nervous system and reconnect with your strength, which is your inner superpowers. Don't you love it? It's free. You can access it at any time. These are not magic tricks. They're simple resources that guide you, reset, stay present, and focus on what matters most. Your goals, your energy, your relationships, your happiness, your joy. And it's really simple. You can pick one or two, try them this week, and you're gonna feel the shift. Let's start right now. Unless you're driving, I invite you to close your eyes. Take a slow breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And you can whisper simple words like, thank you, thank you, thank you, God. And say it again until your energy shifts and you can picture something specific. I oftentimes touch my heart when I do that because it's awakened something in me that I forget the precious heart we have. Sometimes I think about my husband's kindness, my daughter's beautiful presence, or just focus on your breath, or maybe the things that you have. This is the essence of Hitbodedut, being with God. The practice of Rabbi Nachman that taught us speaking to God in your own words, like a friend. No fancy prayers. You can just say thank you, just honesty. Imagining that you are in front of God and you're doing it. Notice how your body softens, how you feel the calmness that God is there with you. That's gratitude, shifting your nervous system back into safety. And here are some suggestions, practical gratitude tools that you can use. I use them. That's really changed a lot for me in my life. I oftentimes love this tool. The first tool is the gratitude journal. You can do it during the nights if you have more time. I do it every morning. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. They can be really small. They can be like the warm cup of tea or coffee. A kind text that someone did really nice thing to you. Your mom, your dad, your friend, your sister, or the fact that you got through the day. Research shows this simple habit increases happiness, motivation, and resilience. I will just try and see how it goes. I do it every morning and it really shifts my day. The second tool is gratitude letter. If you want, you can write a gratitude letter. You can think of someone who's impacted your life and write them thank you notes. We forget how we used to do thank you notes. I love thank you notes. I love handwritten one because it's from the heart. And research shows this act can lift your mood and ease stress. often more than the person even receiving it. You can write it and not even send it to anyone. Write yourself a gratitude list. And there are tons of gratitude meditation. That was the third thing I recommend. You can spend even 5 minutes in quiet, breathing slowly, inhaling while thinking, I'm grateful, I'm thankful for, your partner, your bed, your computer, the Wi-Fi, the weather. And it's going to release the tension, and ground you. The fourth thing I recommend is the mirror affirmations. Each morning when you look in the mirror, when you wake up, you can elicit like 5 things you're grateful for, you appreciate about yourself. It might be, in the beginning, it might be feeling strange for you at first, but over time you're going to get comfortable because it's going to rewire your brain to value and trust yourself. Oftentimes we wake up and you look at our hair and like, frizzy, or we look at our wrinkles and our white hair and you're like, What about looking into your eyes and really looking into your eyes, seeing yourself first thing in the morning and smiling for being alive? Smiling and then saying, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I used to do it 10 times. And then tell myself that I'm beautiful and how smart I am. You can do it. I'm not coming from a place of arrogance. I'm just coming from this place that we forget how wonderful we are and how gifted we are. Doesn't matter what you do. You're the gift of God. Appreciate your gifts so you will be able to receive more. When we don't appreciate ourselves, we sending the universe a sign that, sorry, my doors are closed. I'm not ready to receive. And if you want to receive, just start being appreciative and grateful to yourself. That's going to open the door to shift your energy to be receiving more. The fifth practice I recommend is counting your blessing in any given moment. I oftentimes do it when I'm really stressed out. I pause and I name my blessings, and it shifts my attitude. I'm grateful for my body. I'm grateful for the sunshine. I'm grateful for my pool. I'm grateful for washing your hands. I'm grateful for the water. Feeling the sensations, it's grounding to be in the moment. It's resetting, to see the moment, to gain a new perspective. You can use any of the tools I gave you here. And start small. Gratitude is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Each time you practice, you're sending a message to your body, to your mind, to your heart. I'm supported. I'm safe. I can handle it. And over time, it's become easy. You actually smile. People are going to ask you, what's happened to you? You're so light and bright and happy. So don't just listen to me. Try it. See how it changes your moment, your day. So let's recap. So why call gratitude a superpower? I started that in the beginning because even small doses can transform your inner world in any given moment. When you practice daily, your brain rewires itself. You start feeling calmer, confident, steadier, stronger. You stop handing your power away to other people with every annoyance or trigger. You become more beautiful. I can't explain that. Life doesn't stop throwing challenges at you. But with gratitude, you respond differently. Instead of reacting, you pause, you breathe, you remember that you're supported and safe, and then you smile. You act like an adult, like a mature human being, not the childish part of us. Every thank you reinforce your brain to feel peace, stability in your wiring. Over time, that becomes your new default. And I just want to say, gratitude won't erase every struggle overnight. So don't think it's a magical woo tool, but it is a tool you can use immediately. You can teach your kids, you can guide others to do the same thing. You can just pass forward whatever resonated with you here. And every time you use it, that muscle gets stronger, calmer. Now, before we end this week, I invite you to practice gratitude. Start small. Maybe it's 3 things you notice each night before bed. Maybe it's whispering thank you with your morning coffee, and thank you to people who come into your life and make you feel so good. If you're already practicing, take it one step deeper. Notice not just what you have, but who you are becoming through this practice. You got it. And if you want to go deeper and you need deeper guidance, I would love to walk this path with you. In my Baggage Began practice sessions, I guide people to release lifelong resentments, trauma, and heal at the subconscious level and step into feeling lighter, calmer, confidence. If this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who needs lightness. I would love for you to subscribe and leave comments, reviews, and let's spread this message to other people. And here are my blessings for you. May your year be filled with renewal, joy, and the blessings that you are, to see you, to know that you are the gift that God created. When you finally put the baggage down and open your heart, you open your hands to receive the gifts of God and peace above all. And know that you are part of creation and you are a beautiful creation. And to remember that the lighter you go, the further you can go. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Baggage Began Healing Hearts and Mind podcast. I'm Tammy, and it's been my honor to walk with you today. Until next time, stay safe, stay strong, and stay grateful. See you next week. Thank you. If you're curious and want to dive deeper, you are in the right space. I ask you to look within for all the things that you want to do, be, and have. Join me at the Baggage Began Healing Hearts and Minds podcast with new episodes every Wednesday as we discover the path towards healing and transformation.